Okay, so it seems that there's been a pretty huge update in the whole Sameko Saba situation, which you guys have been following for quite a while now, and it's a pretty good piece of news. Now, if you guys don't know, obviously we've been covering the fact that Sameko Saba has been on hiatus recently, unfortunately due to some medical things, and people have managed to take advantage of that by taking money from people, essentially pretending to be Sameko Saba, right? Whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on other platforms too, people have really been taking advantage of the fact that she's not around and the fact that she's maybe not able to fight this kind of stuff right now. But of course, it just sucks, right? It sucks. And we've been covering one TikTok account, which essentially had almost 50,000 followers just pretending to be her, going live, and even potentially even charging for lives. Someone sent a screenshot, obviously, of them, you had to pay to actually get in to watch the live, when all it was just a replayed VOD from her YouTube channel, which you can watch at any time you want for completely free, right? Which is absolutely horrible. And yeah, people were gifting. People didn't know that it wasn't the real Saba because the follower count was so high. But it seems like that might have changed today, because recently I was just taking a little look, taking a little scroll on TikTok, and it seems like the account is now gone. Now, we did make a previous video about this, saying that the account was gone, but it turned out that I was just logged into TikTok and they blocked me, which was quite funny, because obviously that kind of shows you how, guilty they felt about it if they had to block me over it. But the problem is, once you log out, blocking does literally nothing. I can literally see everything. I can see all of the accounts that are still up. Now, there are a couple of accounts up, but again, it seems to be that they just kind of show off the fact that they are a Sameko Saba fan. I mean, this one is trying to be her. I don't know if this is potentially a new account by the person. I mean, when was this set up? There's no comments on here, so of course I don't know. I don't know if this is supposed to be related. I don't know if there's something that they've set up. Oh, this is 5 days ago, so this potentially could be made by the same person. So just watch out for that, by the way, because it seems like, yeah, this was uploaded a couple of days ago. I didn't even know about this, by the way. This is literally, I'm finding out about this now. Again, if this is uploaded 5 days ago, and they potentially could have gotten either banned or removed or whatever, or even taken down their account within a few days ago, there is potential that they've made just another account just to do this on, to grow up. Granted, they only have 500 followers now, so people are going to know that this is not them. But again, if this is the same person, this is kind of sad, right? If it's not, then I don't know, but it's still kind of sad that people are doing this, right? Of course, there are other people, though, that obviously say they're a number 2 fan of Sameko Saba, which I feel like this is much better, right? You can definitely tell that this is not her. They make it very clear, number 2 fan of Sameko Saba, and they, make little like funny edits and things like that. They don't pretend to be her. They don't pretend to, take money or whatever. They literally just post random clips and edits and stuff that they've made, right? And again, the same with this one. This one's got no bio. It's just got a little dance. Again, nothing too crazy about this. I don't know how they've got 18,000 followers though, just from this one video. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, of course, as you can tell, there is no sameko.saba anymore. The other account was sameko.saba, which obviously had a very similar layout to this one, right? It had all of these videos, and then it had the going live thing here. But the difference is they had over 50,000 followers, which is obviously pretty concerning, because a lot of people would believe it was Sameko Saba due to its pretty large following, right? But yeah, it seems like it's gone. I've checked on everything. I've checked on other devices and things just to double check that it's not like I've been banned or whatever from seeing their account, or like I've been blocked once again. But it seems like the account is actually down now, which is very good. Now, why did this happen? I don't know. Did they take it down out of guilt? Maybe. But obviously with this new account popping up, I don't know if that's the case. But again, that might not be them. You never know. Did they, obviously get it removed? Did like TikTok take it down? Potentially. I feel like TikTok potentially could have taken it down due to impersonation, or something like that. And, maybe you guys probably reported it and things. I know a lot of you guys have been doing that. So maybe they actually listened to the reports, looked into it a little bit further, and realized, oh, wait, this is not the real Sameko Saba, and they're pretending to be her. So yeah. But also, I don't know, maybe Sameko Saba's team also got involved. I don't know. But of course, there hasn't been any indication of that happening, but all we know so far is that the account is gone. It's removed somewhat. Now, maybe again, sometimes TikTok does this thing where it takes down the account for a couple of days. It might be back up soon. I don't know, but I'm hoping that this is really the last of that account because, of course, as I said, they were tricking a lot of people, and people were sending them a lot of money despite them not being Sameko Saba. They weren't sending them money knowing that they were that they were a fan account, right? They were sending them money thinking that they were Sameko Saba and that they were like helping out Sameko Saba, right? Which of course is terrible. Now of course the Instagram account that we looked at is obviously still up. It's Sameko_Saba, which is a different account. I don't think it's run by the same person. I think it's a different person. But yeah, obviously they made a couple of posts on their story here saying like, you know, I'm sorry for the inactivity. I was just in a horrible place health-wise, both physically and mentally, and had to take a break. The Patreon was also taken down, which was another thing I had to deal with. So essentially they had like a Patreon and they have a throne now and things like that, where people can pay for stuff, which I think is a little bit weird because they are just a fan account at the end of the day. From what it seems like, but of course, they don't really make it super clear, right? They say, Yoho, I'm Saba the fish, or am I Yoho? I'm not. So of course, they do put the fact that they are not Sameko Saba, but as I said in the last video, I feel like it's not obvious enough. I think a lot of people are still tricked by it. There's still many comments being like, you know, where are you? Or happy birthday, right? Thinking that this is the real Saba, when in actual case, right, it's one of those things where you know, it's a fan account and people don't know that it's a fan account. And at that point, if I was running this account and I was a genuine fan that wasn't trying to impersonate her or anything like that, then I would be like, oh, okay, people are getting pretty confused by my name and the way I upload and things like that. Maybe I should change my name. Maybe I should make my bio a little bit more obvious or something like that. And then, yeah, you know, that would have been better. But of course, they didn't do that, right? Obviously someone here even comments, where is it? Remember, this is not Saba, this is a scammer, which I don't know if they're a scammer. They could be an impersonator, but I haven't heard anything about that. But of course, yeah, so it's Saba time. So yeah, many people can get fooled easily, and it was quite scary to see how people could get fooled like this, you know, into thinking that this was Saba, especially with that one TikTok account. People were gifting, people were sending money, people were paying to watch her streams, people were defending her, you know, when in actual case, this was all just one random person. This wasn't her. This was just some random, whoever is behind it, you know, just re-uploading clips, re-uploading streams, you know, and essentially just profiting off of the fact that people miss Saba at the moment, because obviously, as I said, he's been on quite a long hiatus, and they've just been profiting off of that, right? Which of course is pretty horrible, I feel like. You know, I feel like, you know, pretending to be her and kind of riding off of the, you know, what do you call it? Not the I don't know what you would call it. Anyways, you know, they're essentially riding off the fact that you know, Sameko Saba is away and people miss her and want to see her streams again and are feeling essentially hopeful. You know, whenever you miss something or someone or whatever, you feel hopeful about things, right? A little bit, in the sense of, you know, you believe things that aren't exactly real. For example, a TikTok stream popping up on your For You page one time, and it's Sameko Saba streaming, and people will go, oh my god, she's back, I can't believe she's back. They'll go on the stream, they'll watch it, and then they'll, you know, start to gift things or whatever because they feel like, oh, she's back, I can't believe it. When in actual case, as I said, it's just a VOD that was, you know, recorded ages ago, and they're just replaying it and, you know, yeah, as I said, asking for gifts. Well, not asking for gifts, but I don't know if they have asked for gifts. Again, I haven't, like, stayed in the chat long enough to know it, but people are gifting, right? And that's at that point when, you know, people were, like, sending gifts saying, you know, here's this for you, Saba, and things like that. That's when you got to draw the line and be like, okay, this is kind of bad. I need to make it very obvious that this is a fan account and not a Sameko Saba account. But again, it seems like that is not the case. They don't want to do that. And instead, they block the people that call it out, right? Which I think, you know, just really shows you what their intentions are with this, rather than, you know, trying to be a fan account, trying to just like kind of spread Saba's content in like a positive way. They're just removing, you know, anything that is calling them out for essentially impersonating her, which I think is pretty horrible, right? But yeah, I mean, that is essentially everything that is going on with the Sameko Saba situation at the moment. As I said, I don't know what's going to happen with the Instagram account. You know, I do hope that they do change the name or something. I mean, it's been pretty inactive in terms of these posts, but as I said, they've been asking for money and stuff in the updates. So, you know, that's pretty interesting. But for the TikTok account, for now, it seems like the account is taken down. Obviously, I'll update you if there's been any updates, if there's been any responses, or the account potentially has been reinstated or something like that. I don't know, because again, there's always a chance that could happen. But I'll let you guys know if that happens in the future. But for now, it seems like it is a pretty big win. And, you know, we've been covering this for a couple of months now, and it's good to see that it has finally been taken down and finally been sorted, right? But yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And also go to the Reacts channel. We're doing a lot of reacts to videos and different stuff, VTuber stuff, other stuff too. So definitely recommend checking that out. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.